take a hard look in the mirror and work on yourself. Big Brother's a harder game. That was the one vote that I was like, dude,
Welcome to Facing Reality.
thank you. Thanks for having me.
Let's just say I'm a little extra excited about this interview, but also a little bummed out to see you so early.
It felt like time, dramaturgically, it felt like the right time for me
Well,
to do
it
it.
seems like you made that decision, quite honestly, because things were going pretty good, and then you decided I'm gonna blow shit up.
I did decide to blow shit up. I think, look, I was playing for a three-way win. That was my goal with me, Omer, and Venus after that first night, which is absolutely nuts and like a silly thing to do, but that's what I wanted to do. And the only way I could possibly see that happening was Coco leaving either that round table or the next one. I thought there was like a 30% chance. So I was like, all right, let me send it. And we ended up on that 70%.
Yeah, you locked in on that idea, that Coco idea, pretty hard, pretty early. So I guess that's why. So you decided this game seems pretty hard for one person to win, but I'm gonna try to get three people that out of my control to win. That was the
Yeah,
move.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was what I was trying to do. I think that first night was such a nightmare, and I was just looking at two of my friends about to murder them, and then, as you do, you murder your friends. And then I was like, all right, I don't know if I'm emotionally capable of going through this again. Like my killer instinct became like killer instinct to protect these two people at all costs. And
Okay, that makes
yeah.
sense. You were traumatized by the tie.
It wasn't revenge. I actually love Coco's game. Like I love her standing up there. It was more so like, yeah, I said it was revenge. It was more so like, how do you get a three-way Traitors win with three people who are all somewhat suspect? Very difficult. Very difficult to get one win, but yeah, it was, when I mapped it out, I just needed a traitor out
It
fast. And
was from a protective place. And yeah, that's hard. Like you were hit hard right at the beginning there with a tough
yeah,
move. But I do have to call you out on that actually, because
uh,
both in Big Brother and in Traitors, you were like, I'm Mr. Chaos, I'm Mr. Villain. And
uh,
then you quickly showed your heart.
do you think you saw the heart on this show? Because to
Come
me,
on.
it
Like,
just seemed like full evil, like almost like a caricature. Like what they thought Asfer was like kind of the energy I was putting out there.
well, there was a moment where, yeah, you turned and you went pretty intense, but yeah, it seemed emotional and it seemed from a place of something was going on. And now, yeah, that makes sense to me. You just wanted to protect as many people as you could.
Yeah,
You
it's
didn't
a
want to, and also I get it. It's not just altruistic because you're also protecting the people who you think are going to protect you and or like safeguard you or be other targets. So it's also was kind of like self-preserving at the same time, but
yeah,
it
the
seemed a little emotionally motivated as well.
A little bit. And I mean, I think the timing was also just wrong. Like I could have survived another couple round tables. Like I probably could have made it to like the sixth or seventh, but looking around at the amount of people who actually were playing at a level where they were like, okay, I think Kevin's probably a traitor. I want to keep him around. That's good with like one or two or three people. When you have five or six people feeling like that, it's like I don't know how to get out of the situation. And I would rather go out at this round table than go out later in the game with a lower chance to win. Like I'm gonna
So,
shoot my shot.
and I'm right there with you. I can line up strategically with that because that's how I felt in Big Brother. It's like if you don't make these moves now, you may last further, but with not a lot
Who
of
cares?
power or move place. Yeah.
Sarah, you got to try losing a reality show. You learn a lot. It's a totally different experience.
Maybe I'll try, but I think it might be hard. Okay, and I did want to ask you, do you think you
Yeah.
jinxed yourself a little when you called yourself the best Big Brother player ever? Because just throwing that out there.
Do I think I jinxed myself? I think that I think it was an uphill battle for were you upset by that?
Oh, no, but I had to call you
I
out.
think I think it was an uphill battle anyway, and I'm like, I'm gonna have as much fun in the confessional as possible, and have as much fun in the house. Like, maybe I can win, maybe I can't, but like, I'm not gonna let the experience go to waste. So if I'm like if I overdid it with the like bravado, I have no shame about that. I'm here for it.
As you should not.
Yeah,
And really, you killed it. Yeah, you nailed it. It was giving everything we want to see. And you were
I was
playing.
pretty entertaining, eh? Like I held the mic in there.
Oh, when you. Oh my God. You put it all on the line, Kev. You couldn't even. get up and leave the room. I
Oh,
mean, you
I
gave it
was
to us
in
all.
I was in bad shape. Like
You
I was not I was not doing well physically. Like
you look like an NBA player out there.
I will no, I had heat stroke. Like I needed medical attention. Like I got it. I got it. Like but like I probably should have sought it out earlier, but I was just like playing so hard. I was just chugging Red Bulls and Gatorade to like try and stay like that's what like I would never start a round table. I would never just start period. I would let like you gotta let people speak first, but my brain was just not on right. And it's I was just I don't know. I it's nice though that like I didn't get backstabbed. I didn't like have anybody turn on me. This is 100% like human error, and I am the human.
No, but to go back, and I'm glad you brought this up because I was like, what was that thing I was going to say? You are coming in an almost impossible scenario. You are everything a traitor would be. You've won your season of Big Brother Canada. You're seen as a mastermind. Plus, like you said, you were making those relationships with everybody. That's you're just like naturally a charismatic guy, and those relationships form. It's like you can't help but get into those alliances, and then everybody's like, Kevin's in an alliance with everyone, but like, how can you help it?
It's also like part of the reason that some people got close to me was, listen, like we got along, but it was also like, uh, I think Rhea was close to me and thought I was a traitor. Thompson, Jericho, Lisette, like Omer, obviously. Like it was just like, okay, let's get close to Kevin. And people were part of the advantage of the reputation though is people are a little bit afraid to make a move. But Hollywood is like all out going for it, and that kind of gives them the freedom to like jump aboard because they're not the one leading it, right?
Right. I mean, and that does happen on most of the traders I've seen is there's like this draw to the people who have been on reality television before. But then that also it can benefit you, but it also can switch just like that. It puts an extra target on your back as well as motivates people to kind of build around you. Do you think it does make the game a little easier having played a reality TV show game before?
In some ways. Like I felt more comfortable on camera. There was no like on Big Brother, like it takes a little bit to like kind of get used to that existence. As soon as I was very aware I was on a show during this, and as soon as the cameras were rolling, I was comfortable and I was like, some people, especially when I remember talking to Chala like before the Traitors selection, and they were like, I don't know, like I'm freaking out, like I don't know how to feel, like I'm on TV, whatever. Like I didn't have that. So I think that was helpful. Um, but I also think any strategic show, you're starting from a different position than everyone else. This was just mine. I botched it, but like everybody's got their, advantages or disadvantages.
Hey, you played hard, so there's no botching that.
I definitely played hard. It certainly
Exactly.
played hard. That is a fact.
So I know
Too hard.
for each show, it must not have been an easy decision to like leave your job, leave your life. What was your motivation going on Big Brother? What was your motivation going on the Traitors? And um was one like I figure going back a
Yeah.
second time, you've already experienced it, so the kind of like novelty of it has worn off a bit. So is
Yeah.
it more of like a personal decision or a more of like tension going on the second time?
I think okay, so going into the first time, I did a lot of like into Big Brother. I did a lot of like mental prep about, all right, like this is fairly unserious. If I win and am the greatest player of all time or whatever, or if I'm the first one out and I'm the worst player of all time, like I'm not going to affect how I see myself, despite, all my BS. But like, so that really helped going into Big Brother. And like
Huge.
lifelong dream, like had a blast. Like going into this, I mean, the calls have come for other shows. I think Traitors is a quick it's a quick film, so that for one. Two is like it just seemed like fun and like very camp. Like it's like
It
I'm
does.
I'm probably gonna be a traitor. It's probably gonna be very difficult for me. Like the way things played out is kind of it's like one of the most likely scenarios. I mean, not the way it happened, but me like getting banished early like this, not me being hoisted by my own petard, but like the anyway, the way it went is like not out of the question, and it's still like such a cool experience, and it's still, despite the shorter time, like it does push you to your limits, and you are forced, especially when you do dumb stuff on TV, to like, I don't know, take a hard look in the mirror and work on yourself. So like it's kind of a self-improvement exercise.
I relate it to therapy, and the more I do this series, it's like on lots of different ways. It like helps you get to know yourself better. It helps you relate
Yeah.
to other people better, and it gives you like a little break outside the real world.
Someone on on one of my exit interviews talked about how it's kind of like um your innie and your outie, like from Severance. And I don't know, like the line was very blurred this time because I had outside relationships who were in there. Whereas on Big Brother, like I kind of just it was just sort of whoop, this is my life now, like for a long time. The bounce back was also like quick after Traitors, like it was like pretty much instant, whereas Big Brother was like, figure out how to cross the street and stuff. But I still think like for people who love like things, like for people who get passionate about stuff, how cool is it to be totally like in a situation 24/7 where you're just, this is your only experience. So that like that was unbelievable. I was on it for a few days, and like what an incredible few days despite how it ended.
Hey, well, you gave us incredible TV. As we're become accustomed to seeing from you, where can we follow you on Instagram? Will you be watching the rest of the season? And in a fun, lighthearted way, as
Mhm.
our traders characters, who do you want to see get a little comeuppance? Who do you want to see have a little bit of luck?
Okay. So I'm on social media at Kevin Ted Jacobs everywhere. You can follow me there. I will be watching the rest of the season. It's like kind of like it's not that heavy. Like it's a great show and it's done really well, but it's not like there isn't that like like I wish I didn't start talking at that round table. Like there is so much that could go on in this game. So I'm excited, and especially because like I do think I did kind of set off a bomb where this was like a 6-3-3-2-2. Like, I don't know what the exact plurality vote is, but there are a lot of threads here. Look, I got to root for my traders. Venus and Coco are two like incredible strategic players. I got to root for my guy Omer. The Lisette and Meredith beef, I hope it just continues. Like, I'm so here for that. Maybe, or I'm rooting for like some sort of bow on that. Like maybe they work together, or maybe they don't, or maybe like one gets the other out. Like I don't even know what I want there. And who do I hope gets their comeuppance? You know, I love my boy Jericho. That was the one vote that I was like, dude, I can't believe, I know you knew I was a traitor. But, like, I can't believe you did that. And a part of me is impressed and offended at the same time. So I'm really enjoying watching him on the show because he is such a good faithful. But
That was a sniper move. Yeah, he rubbed the chalk off. You could see the
he's
chalk wiped
he's
off.
he stabbed me right in the front. And one vote change there, I guess it wouldn't change. It would be a 5-4, but even like it's instead of 6-4, but like, it
I
would
thought
be,
you had it. When Coco didn't vote for you, I was like, he's gonna come out of this. So
she put
you were really close.
wouldn't have been
Even
fun if we went back to the turret and had to like, talk through the beef. Like, wouldn't that be amazing?
I was really bummed out. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to have seen that.
No, but there's some really, really good people there, and I think like no matter who wins this game, like it's gonna be a hard road to get there, whether you're a faithful and you're up against these very strategic traders, or whether you're one of the traders who obviously have an information advantage. But at this point, like, are Coco and Venus gonna work together? Are they gonna go at each other? Like, how does that play out? So there are a lot of interesting threads.
Yeah, for sure. It's a very difficult game. I know people want to know what's harder, Big Brother or the Traitors.
Big Brother's a harder game. It's like uh, Big Brother it's both like in some ways lighter hearted, but also it gets like really intense there's no going back to your room at night. You're going back to your room with seven other people with big personalities that you can't escape. And like depending on who the HOH is, you might not be able to use that bathroom. Like I had my own room on this. Like, are you kidding me? Like
And
it
the camp doesn't dampen it at all on Big Brother because it's like you're just in an ant costume and that person hates you. It's just like
yeah,
there's no real, and there's nothing to hide behind of like, well, I voted for you because I thought you were a traitor.
right. Like the role-based game design is very interesting. So like you can't just have allies unless they're all of the same, like all traitors or faithful. So like for me to try and get a three-way, like all right, I'm gonna recruit Omer like late in the game, like that's like just again silly, like in hindsight. But it's so difficult with those set positions.
Right.
So that puts a wrinkle in it. Whereas Big Brother is more of a like blank canvas. It's kind of just like when you talk about like making reality TV like this creative output. Big Brother, there's still a lot of creativity in both, but there's a kind of just like go live in this house. Here's the structure every week and like, you know, figure it out.
Okay, well, Kevin, I could talk to you literally forever. Do you have any other hot takes, any other things you want to add about the season or your cohort?
Um, my what? My cohort?
Cohort?
My cohort? Okay, yeah. I mean, I just think like even the people who haven't got a ton of screen time left, there are a lot of characters in there. So I'm excited to both see the people who maybe we could see more of, see people change throughout the season, even though like again, like it moves fast. I think when the structure is taken out this early, meaning a traitor gets taken out early in the game, the rest of the game kind of has to respond to that. Because again, all right, at least we're minus one traitor. You don't know if there were two or four or three. And so watching how each person responds to that will be super interesting. Um, I don't know. I think tune in because it seems like I think it's getting more crazy from here.
I think it's tearing up, and you would know. King of reality. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thanks for having me.
Really, really appreciate it. I was not recording. Oh, yes, I was. Yes,